Well, good morning. Hey, let's talk about Uranium-1. Let's talk about the Clinton Foundation. Let's talk about the Hammond Ranch. Let's talk about the BLM. Let's talk about Neil Corns. Let's talk about Harry Reid and all the ways these people and these organizations are connected. Everybody needs to go see the movie Clinton Cash. You know, we started catching wind of this when we were out there at the refuge. And let me say something here right up front. So much of this would never have come to light, at least what's happening there in Oregon, if it hadn't been for the Bundys and the Patriots. You talk about corruption? It goes all the way down to the lowest level of the BLM, all the way up to Hillary Clinton. Yeah, she better become the president because this stuff's all coming out really fast. And she's going to get busted. She already is busted. Let's just say that if she doesn't become the president of the United States, she's going to be wearing an orange jumpsuit. Not only her, but Harry Reid and Neil Corns and Dan P. Love and Greg Bretzing and on and on and on. They're all going to be wearing orange jumpsuits. They're all going to be in prison. And you know what? Even all these federal judges and the denying of the rights of our patriots, denying the rights of the Bundys, all their rights, okay? Every one of them. They're all going to be wearing orange jumpsuits. They're all going to prison because there's going to be recourse over this. You better believe it. And because the American people are slowly waking up. And once we see what these crooks, these criminals have done and are currently doing, the people are going to demand justice. Make no mistake about it. All right? So, and all these naysayers, all these trolls, they'll go back under the rocks and crawled out from underneath. You know, disgusting, all their disgusting low-life comments that they have made. So I want everybody, I'm going to plug in Clinton Cash. Everybody needs to go see that. Now, this is specifically in that movie, name Oregon, but the fact of the matter is there's all kinds of emails, there's all kinds of screenshots that were made on Facebook between Uranium-1 and Grasky and that whole bunch. You know, Kate Brown, that is the mining company that was going to go in there and mine. They were the ones that are going to go into Hammond Ranch and start the mining. They're the ones that were going to go in all over Oregon and start the mining. And you want to see a disgusting thing, how these mines operate and how they pollute the water and how they pollute the groundwater. You know, they were upset, a few cowboys going in on their refuge that left it in a better condition than when they found it. Yes, it was. If they're upset about that, what are they going to do when they see the whole countryside chewed up, all their groundwater destroyed, you know? I mean, come on. Everything's going to be polluted. Who knows? They'll be growing babies with 3 heads there by the time these people get done. Excuse me. You know, many times in history, the beginning of the unveiling of corruption was by a very small event. Okay, look at Watergate. I mean, there's all kinds of examples to that. Erin Brockovich, and what she did. There's all these little things that happen, and all of a sudden they start to escalate like a domino effect. And next thing you know, you get this bigger picture, and then you have all the culprits running for cover, trying to hide from their dirty deeds. And I think you're going to start seeing that real soon in the near future. You have all those corrupted people there in Harney County that were involved in this, knowingly involved, like Judge Grasky, knowingly involved. Maybe Sheriff Ward not so much. Kate Brown, the county commissioners, you know, they are knowingly involved in all this corruption and destroying people's lives. You've heard of the Hammonds, Dwight and Steve Hammond. That's just one. I mean, that is just one of many, 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 many. And they had plans for 350 to 400 more ranchers in Malheur County, and who knows how many in other counties that they're going to kick off. They're after Sheriff Palmer big time. They want him gone because they can't run over the top of him. You know, he's obeying the Constitution of the United States. And now, and they, you know, in this Clinton Cash, it talks about the state of Utah, my state, all right? And that's where I'm trying very hard to get the state to fund a militia, because there are all kinds of Muslims there now, and they're bringing them in more all the time. None of this is by accident, people. Wake up. Just wake up. None of this is by accident. Everything that you see, all the land grabs, all the way from the border of Mexico and Arizona, all the way up to Canada, that's all by design. There's no doubt about it. It's all by design. You know, TPP's part of that. And you got corrupt officials in Oregon that were involved with that too. Do you all see what's going on? This is a spearhead to destroy the sovereignty of this country, and we're losing it. We're losing it left and right. We're going to lose our country, and we're going to be ruled by a bunch of demagogues with turbans, dirty night clothes, whatever you want to call them. They're going to be running around with the, you know, the Turkish symbol, right in your own hometown, right in your own neighborhoods. And that's the biggest reason why, at this point in time, we need to fund the militias so that our neighborhoods will be protected from these crazy bastards. Because we can see what they're doing already in Detroit, Michigan, and other places. These no-go zones, these Sharia law no-go zones. You know, these people are like, they are a Trojan horse. And they might not rear their ugly head immediately. They might look like docile, but the fact of the matter is their belief system is flat out evil. Okay? I just did a video which I put out yesterday, and it's what Brigham Young said, that never trust a Muslim. Well, I've come to the conclusion that he saw something in the future. You know, that old bigot, you know, of course I don't believe he was a bigot. I think he knew exactly what was going on all the time, and I think he was a wonderful prophet of God, and I think he did a great job. All right? And but anyhow, here we go. You got Salt Lake City there. They've become one of these sanctuary cities for the Muslims. And they're bringing them in left and right. Of course, they get all this huge money, these huge donations. It's always about the money. That same thing happened in Idaho and Twin Falls. It's about the money. Everything's always about the money with these people, these crooked politicians. And I am now more and more, I've been seeing this pattern where they're taking these Muslims and they're actually starting to train them for law enforcement. They get all these grants for their business. It's like that, what is that, Choplay yogurt there in Twin Falls. Oh yeah, no problem, man. Hey, let's give them a bunch of government money from the taxpayers, and this foreign entity can come in and they can have a wonderful, great business while everybody else is struggling to get by. Isn't that wonderful? And they do this all the time. Routinely they do this all the time. Whatever fits their agenda, they will throw money, your taxpayer money, at it all day long. We need to wake up, because this is an insidious element that is infiltrating into our cities, into our neighborhoods, and we need to be protected. And we need to make a stand right now. And the people need to make a stand, and they need to go to their sheriffs and say, enough is enough. First of all, we've got to get educated. The average person's got to get educated exactly what's going on here. And all these are all violations of the Constitution of the United States. And once we get educated, once the people get educated, they go to their sheriff. And your sheriff is a constitutional representative for the people, by the people, and of the people. He's an elected official to that sheriff up there in Salt Lake City. You have no clues what you're talking about. You don't take your marching orders from the state. You take your marching orders from the people. The fourth branch of the government that supports the Constitution of the United States. Because these low-life, insidious people are going to be coming into your neighborhoods and they're going to be shouting, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. You know, they're already cutting people's heads off in different places in this country and you never even hear about it. Is that what you want to see before you wake up? Is that what you want to see before you wake up? Is that what it's going to take to get you to wake up? Because once you've reached that point, it's going to be a tough battle. Because that means there's so many of them in there that they've become emboldened and they're rearing their ugly head. Okay? The first order of business, the very first order of business, all right, is to get the militia funded in the state of Utah by the state constitutional law. The second order of business is let's get our patriots out of prison. These are the noble ones that it refers to in the scriptures. These are the spearhead of truth. They're the ones that broke this whole story right from the get-go. All right? They're the ones that unveiled this corruption and what's going on in this country and in there in Harney County. And they're paying a huge price for it right now. And we need to get them out. We need to have a public outcry. Everybody's got to get up and start talking. Everybody's got to call their elected officials right now. Call your sheriffs in Utah. Say, I want my brothers. I want my fellow brothers. My brothers in the gospel. I want them out of prison. I want them out of prison right now. And if you can't get the church leaders to do that, you got to get rid of them. They haven't lifted one little finger to help those men. Not one. Come on. How hard is this to understand what's going on here? They're in bed with them too. They'll never do anything that'll cause them to lose their 503c tax status. There's a corporation is beholden to the government. It'll do whatever the government tells them to do. Meanwhile, they just become another corporate whore. That's all it is. And you'll never get them to do one good thing for our patriots or our brothers and sisters in prison. Oh boy, am I getting worked up. And it's not the coffee, believe me. Sometimes I hardly sleep at night thinking about these things. Where's the best way to approach the people? And I'm really getting exhausted. I'm getting disgusted that it's taken so much energy and effort by so many people to wake the masses up, to at least wake the saints up to what's going on. And you got to do it, and you got to do it now. God bless you all. Pray for America. Pray for my brothers and sisters in prison. They are the noble ones.